top crane. We're almost at our bridge job. We're getting pretty close. We'll probably go ahead and record from here all the way in to the bridge job. And some of the roads we're going to be on is going to be a little sketchy. Also, where this bridge is located, it's north of Jamesport, Missouri. And if you have noticed any of the signs, there's a very large Amish population up here, so we have to be very diligent on looking for horses and carriages. If there was an accident involving this crane and a horse and carriage, I would venture to say that I would probably come out a little bit better. Also, got to give a shout out to one of my newest fans down in Florida, Jackson. What's up, buddy? I saw some pictures of you watching some of my videos. Jackson's dad has a channel that he was active and then inactive, then active, then inactive, and he's I think he's getting the fire back in him to start making some more videos. But his channel's and I'm not affiliated, even though we share a name. His channel is Jimmy's Tractor, or Tractors. He's been kind of helping me out with the tags and all that good stuff. So, but just wanted to say hi to Jackson. I'm not certain that they'll let me record out here. We'll find out. And some customers are like, hey, record everything, I want to watch it later. And then there's other customers like, yeah, I don't really feel like being on camera. Well, I've got to respect their wishes on that. Pavement ends. So this is where the rubber leaves the road. And I would hate to be not paying attention to this. Come flying through here about 50. From a narrow 2-lane road to a narrower gravel road. Oh, and it's got hills in it too. We are going to be creeping up this one. Right now we are cruising at the blistering pace of 6 miles an hour. Uh-oh, someone got him a possum. Looks like little fella didn't make it. Straddled that little guy, not because I was worried about making a mess, but actually bones and animals can go through tires. Last thing I want to do is run a rib bone from a possum through one of these big tires. gravel road to a narrower gravel road, and eventually it turns into almost a goat path. Okay, so he's got me a crane pad built here. We worked for this contractor several times, and they're really good about getting things prepared for this crane. But yeah, I'm gonna kill the camera. We're gonna get set up. I gotta dump my dolly off the back, pick it up, swing it over out of the way, do some other stuff. So hopefully we'll get some footage soon. Hey there, YouTube. Just finally got set up on this bridge job. Well, you guys, it didn't take any time for you, but it took us about an hour and a half to get in here, get the dolly off the back of us, get turned around, get trucks turned around, get on some big mats in the back, counterweights on. But yeah, we're getting ready to set some bridge beams. So you guys will get to watch some of that. On the other side of this creek, we've got some old iron. I don't know if you can see that over there. It's an old American. So we are definitely the biggest dog in this fight. And the way I typically work these kind of situations, we both got to stay less than 75% of our load chart for it to be a legal pick, since it's a 2-crane pick, which that won't be a problem for either one of us, because he's going to keep it close to him and I've got a big enough crane that it's not going to matter. But the way I generally do these, since he's got the smaller crane, is I let him do what he needs to do to keep himself at less than 75% of his chart, and then I just follow him. Once he gets his end over there where it needs to be, then I'll start chasing him around with my end, and we will set these bridge beams on the structure they sit on. So these are fairly small ones. I think we're going to have 26,000 pounds on each crane. They're telling me that that's where I need to be. I guess that's my radius. So our boom configuration, we've got 115 feet of boom, 53,000 pounds of counterweight. We're going to pick about 25,000 pounds. got his end up, I got my end up. They were dead on their weights. So in order for him to get that piece in front of him, I've got to swing a little bit to the right and boom up and cable down. And he's actually got to walk with this piece. And when I say walk with it, he's got a hold of his end and he's going to start tracking backwards to get his end over the top of the bridge abutment. So he's going to start walking with it. He's going to keep his end close to him. There he goes, he's taking off. I'm just going to follow him. This radius, I can handle the entire beam. Swing his end around. I'm going to follow him. They got a little rebar in the way over there. Okay, so what these beams are, they're pre-tensioned precast concrete. So you can see the cables sticking out of the end of it. What they do is when they put their forms together, they string those cables through there, and then when they get their forms all built, they put those cables under a lot of tension, and then they pour the concrete and then release the tension after the concrete's cured. And what that does is it creates basically a cable system inside of it that gives it a lot of strength, a lot of rigidity. Concrete's pretty strong by nature, but it's strong under compression and not under tension. So cable is strong under tension. So putting the two together creates a pretty strong structure. So it's probably worth a mention. We're not the company actually building the bridge. We're just supplying the crane. They rented the crane. I'm in crane rental. We've got our own construction company also, so we do a lot of crane work for our own company. But we also are a crane rental company, so we rent these cranes out to these jobs. But we do so only manned with an operator. So it's not like any of these guys can call up and say, hey, I want to rent that 200-ton Tadano, but I want to run it myself. That'll never happen. This machine's far too expensive for that. Yeah, they got truck stuck. So what do you do when you get truck stuck? Well, you bring in an excavator. Of course you do, because everybody's got an excavator sitting around. Oh, Chris with Let's Dig 18's pretty familiar with this. Lord knows that 1 week, I think he pulled out 3 people. Carpet installers. What was the second one? Oh, it was a guy with his camper, got his camper stuck in his yard and his truck. And he went and pulled him out. Chris went and pulled him out with his backhoe. And then the last one was a modular house that someone was setting that they got stuck. He had to go pull them out. So Chris, if you watch any of my videos, know I'm paying attention to yours as well, sir. So I guess today you're going to get the gamut of equipment. Doing the road repair with the old excavator. They got a track loader on the other side. Got an old American lattice boom crawler on the opposite side. The only thing we're missing is a mini excavator, a skid loader, and a dozer. Alright, here we go, boys and girls. Beam number 2. job's done, we're gonna get tore down and get back out of here. Setting up and tearing down on these jobs generally takes longer than what it does to do the actual job.